speech from the father of the bride. So, you can probably tell I'm very nervous. I don't speak very much. And in front of crowds I get very nervous, so if, please have a little a forgiving spirit for me, because I don't get in front of groups very often, for those of you who don't know me very well. And so I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to do with this deal, because I'm an accountant, and accountants are always going to figure out how to do things the right way. They're not just going to wing it. We're going to figure out what it is we're supposed to do, and we're going to try to do it the best we can. That's just who we are, right? So, of course, I went online today, and I just searched, father of the bride, wedding speeches. And sure enough, up comes the site, father of the bride, weddingspeeches.com. Yeah, I mean, it was really, unbelievable what you can find on the internet. But I'll be darned if I'm going to spend $29.95 on what they thought were the best speeches. And I couldn't, and I tried to watch the Steve Martin speech. I thought maybe that would help me a little bit. So I was looking for all this guidance. Then I decided, well, I'll just pray for a couple minutes. And it'll come to me, of course. So, so that was my start today. And I am a little nervous, actually, which is sort of odd. If I was able to teach you guys LinkedIn, I wouldn't be nervous at all. This is a bigger day than any of my LinkedIn speeches ever. So I've got this little outline that I did find a free website on the things you're supposed to cover. Okay? The steps you're supposed to cover. And the first one says that I'm supposed to say thank you. So, I'm going to say thank you. But I'm going to be a little more specific than that. And I'm going to be, first off, by saying thank you to the grandparents. If you want the grandparents, just raise their hand. We'll give a hand. Very nice. It's where it all started, right after the cavemen. And then the parents. Where are the parents? Okay, I'm included in that group. So thank the parents. And I also want to thank everybody that drove. I want you to raise your hand if you spent more than an hour trying to get here for this today. Oh my goodness, look at it. Like nobody's from around here. I mean, what were they thinking to have an event where nobody was from here? I mean, you imagine how much money we could have all spent to be near somewhere? I mean, I don't know. I just think it would have made more sense. What do I know? I'm just a stupid dad, Anyway, okay, let's not get off track and start venting or something. Just kidding, guys. Okay, now, so I was supposed to say thank you, but I want to say one more thank you to Pastor Caleb. I'll tell you what he said today was very moving. And the talk was fantastic, but I just know you spent months with these guys, and putting them together and getting them to agree. You are a saint, my friend. I thank you for that. You're a treasure. Thank you. Okay, all right. So then I was supposed to talk, the next thing I was supposed to talk about, observations about the wedding. Okay, well, it was beautiful. It really was. I'll tell you what. And I gotta admit, these guys did it all because we weren't from around here. So we couldn't do very much, and half the family was in Maine, 2 hours away, and they did it all fantastic. The details were great, and they didn't even have a wedding planner officially, so they did a great job. Nice job, you guys. But you guys know these guys, and you know that's how it would go down. Super organized, very controlling. We all know how controlling they can be. And so, yeah, so observations about the wedding is God really blessed us with the beautiful day. That was the top prayer for all of us, knowing that it was mostly going to be outside and answered prayer so abundantly. We thank you for that. Now, and then I'm supposed to talk about words about Jenna and words about Joe. But I'm going to cut that down to just one little story about both of them. Because, I don't want to make it too long because we got a lot of other things to do, a lot of cigars to smoke, and Sam Adams to drink, and all that. Okay, so I just want to tell you, these guys are definitely big time in love. I mean, the biggest time in love. Because let me just tell you what happens every once in a while. Every once in a while I call my future son-in-law, just trying to get to know him a little better. And I know what time I can usually call him. It's on his way home, he's on the train or whatever. And so we'll talk. And if, great conversation, we're starting to talk deeply about his work or my work, which is why I like having him around. I love talking about business with this guy. It's just great. I've never had a son before, of course. So he is my guy for that. So we're talking away about business and all of a sudden, I gotta go now. Well, I got about 15 minutes more for my drive. What's your problem? He doesn't tell me, but you know what it is? He just picked her up. And I mean, the minute he picks her up, done. So I come home and I tell Brenda that, and she goes, yeah, isn't that something? I said, you know what though? We should be so thankful that they are so in love, that the minute they want to be with each other, they got to stop everything and do it. Now that's going to stop now, because I'm calling you to talk to you. You're married now, you don't have to, you got to start impressing me now. You're done. You guys are hooked, it's all over. So you guys should kiss for that. Now, hold it. Now, I will tell you, over at the table over there, the Midwestern table, we've been watching this kissing, and we've been saying, oh, they do really different kind of kissing out here on the East Coast. I mean, and they do that in public. In the Midwest, we wouldn't even do that in our bedroom. So we're a little bit embarrassed by all that, but okay, well, they're living out here at least for a little while, and that's where he's from, so we'll let it go for a little while, They are newlyweds after all. Okay, so anyway, now, what I was supposed to do next was words of wisdom. Well, oh my God. Stop it. You're going to get pregnant or something. Hey, that's what happens when you start that stuff. Gee whiz. We aren't ready for that. We got 2 more girls that get married before we have babies. Okay, now, the next thing I was supposed to cover was words of wisdom. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say much about that because Pastor Caleb did that. And I always go back to this. This is the advice I give to everybody. You just got to always think about what would Jesus do. In everything. I mean, as odd and as cliche as that sounds, it is just so important. And Pastor Caleb talked about that. Just look to the Lord. He'll give you your answers. And if he's not giving you your answers, you call your father-in-law. He will definitely give you the answer that's really close to Jesus' answer. Okay, now, I want to close with this. And we do have to do a toast at some point. Don't let me forget the toast at the end. But Brenda and I came up with a very special gift. We thought about it for a long, long time, about a gift that we thought would really be a part of their life on a consistent basis. And as we all know, they're 2 very strong Christian kids, young people, and they worship the Lord. They spend a lot of time trying to get God's guidance. And we thought about something that maybe they could read on a consistent basis, something they could pray over on a consistent basis. So something that, a book that would really inspire on a daily basis about how to live life. And I know they might have one already. They might have one because sometimes you get it at confirmation or something, right? But I thought we would give them a copy today that came from Brenda and I very specially. So here it is. It's the LinkedIn power formula for LinkedIn success. You can read it every day. Words of wisdom. Oh, you thought it was something else. Oh, sure. Some people thought it was a Bible. No. It's autographed. Are you kidding me? It's signed. Of course it's signed. Are you kidding me? Every day you guys should read and have a devotional over that. By the way, if anybody wants those, $15, I'll be set up signing them later tonight. I brought a case with me, so I got to get rid of them. How do you think I'm paying for this thing? And we take credit cards. Okay, now, let's do a toast. Sorry, we don't have too much fun here. To Joe and Jenna, may God bless you in your future, in the life that you have, the life that He's given you up until this point. Look to Him for the answers. Look to all your friends for the rewards of friendship. And work hard. Here's to Joe and Jenna.